about this in detail, we have an expert with us, Dr. Reena Valecha. Dr. Reena is an ergonomist and employee well-being expert and currently associated with Workplace and Ergonomics Research Cell, Godrej Interior, Mumbai. She has been working in the area of ergonomic research, product development for furniture segment, ergonomic consultancy services. And not only this, she works with various organizations to identify the challenges faced by the users in the modern workplace and find the solutions for the same with the occupational health, EHS product designers, and decision makers. So, welcome, Dr. Reena Valecha.
Thank you, Lino. Thank you very much for your kind introduction. And I'm looking forward to this session today and share few insights on employee health and well-being, and presently with focus on remote working in current scenario.
Which is very important, I feel, because these days everybody is working from home. So
Yeah.
health is something that is being ignored all the time. So before we start, Dr. Veena, I would like you to share some viewpoints. Why do you feel that ergonomics consultancy is important? Why do you feel that offices need to have a ergonomic survey, and why do you think that this has become even more important
Yeah.
during this lockdown situation?
Yeah. So yeah, there are too many areas to focus. Means the questions which you asked, but there is one reply which I would give is, now being in this industry for 10 years and understanding the way workspaces are evolving, there is one gap which has been analyzed, and being an expert, which I understand is the understanding of the subject on ergonomics. There is so much each and every professional do as a specialization, but understanding the subject in detail is a lack. So maybe as an expert, if organizations can look into implementing it in a structured way, so the employees can benefit as a whole, and organizations can also benefit. So be it from be it from ergonomics audit, be it from training, be it finding out what is the problem and challenge areas in the current scenario. For that, structured assessments, skilled observation is needed. So that is where professionals like us come into picture and help organization build in the gap in their overall well-being aspect. So
Right.
that is where it is needed. And in fact, in current scenario where reach to employees is limited, all the more it becomes important to focus in this area of ergonomics.
Very true. And with no ergonomic, workstations at home,
Yeah.
it is even more important to focus on that for the organizations because manpower lost is lost productivity. So we
True,
need to
true.
definitely focus on this. So without any delay, we'll be starting with the session. So I hand over the stage to you, Dr. Veena. Have a wonderful session.
Thank you so much. So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining in today for the session. I look forward to share some insights on work from home ergonomics, and also few understanding in terms of how it can help you better to take care of your employees holistically. So, my topic today is again on work from home challenges which users might face while working from home, because now work from home is the new normal. It's been almost 6 months today that we all are working from home because of the pandemic situation, and many of us are now almost used to the new ways of working, the new ways of interacting with people, technology, processes. Kind of we are adjusted with it, and it has become a new normal without much resistance to change, which initially many of us faced, like when lockdown started and we were just trying to accommodate ourselves to different experiences and safeguard ourselves from the pandemic as well. But if we also understand, as a part of our workplace and ergonomic research which we conducted during the lockdown phase, we understood how employees are what challenges employees are facing, what are the benefits, what are the drawbacks, what are the challenges. So we tried and understood the same in the form of our research what we do. So in that we saw that more than 35% of employees are experiencing this work from home for the very first time. No doubt that initially we felt that it is comfortable. No doubt still we do feel comfortable that it has saved us our commute time, it is giving us that personal flexibility to manage our home and work at our ease, and also the way we are able to manage both professional and domestic responsibilities. It's wonderful. So kind of work from home is good as well, because it is making us more productive, because whatever time we were spending in travel or other activities is being taken care by different activities, and it is able to help us be more productive. But other side, if we see, on the contrary, we are putting in more hours at work. Many of us, we work for longer hours, and there are other challenges as well where while working from home. So the good part is no doubt the work life balance, but the sad part is while working from home, distractions are the major part of work from home scenario, where being working in an uncontrolled environment, we can't actually control a lot of things. Like for example, there are network problems, there are kids and family members who are there in the family, so they are homeschooling is a part. So a lot of things are happening. Also many a times happens is there are some appliances now noise or some background noise which is happening, which can create distraction, and we actually can't do anything about it. So that is one of the major challenge which is impacting users mental health, because we humans are hardwired for connection. We need that face to face connect to get the work done. And most importantly, even if the distractions are a part of our work from home scenario, it brings in a lot of stress, because you're not able to focus at your task. So people are missing that formal work environment, that formal structure of work where people are sure about when the work will start and when it will end, but presently which is missing, that face to face meetings, that breaks used to break that monotony of work, and it used to give us that comfort and a clear segregation of our work and our personal time, which is presently merged in. Also, because of the goods and bads, now what is happening, the things are taking toll on our physical and mental health. So kind of people, employees are forced to be at one place because of the pandemic, and work from home is a mandate. So they have no choice, but for the safety they have to continue, we have to continue working from home. Even though we don't prefer working from home, we need some flexibility, but considering the safety and the situation, we have to focus with the existing scenario. The other challenge is, after distractions, after mental health, the ergonomic challenges which user face while working from home is, many of us, we don't have a formal work setup like we have in office, like a proper desk and table chair kind of arrangement like we have in office. So what we do is we tend to sit in a different workplace and work, sometimes on a sofa, sometimes on a floor, bean bag, or bed. So depends how comfortable you are or what kind of environment you have in your space. So that becomes a major ergonomic challenge, risk factor, which can cause injuries. On top of it, when you sit in this informal work environment, we tend to be more comfortable, we tend to adopt unneutral postures. So when you work in comfortable postures or unneutral postures, it results into ergonomic injuries or musculoskeletal pain problems. Now the challenge is, one can be in this unneutral postures or in comfortable posture, but the challenge is being in this posture for a longer period of time. And also the way you interact with your gadgets, there the risk factor is. That's why working in informal environment becomes the major risk factors if we don't take care of these two aspects. One is a posture, and second, how you interact with your gadget, because all these kind of problems can result in pain issues. As per our findings, we saw that majority of office goers are experiencing pain at the end of the day, where neck and back pain complaints are on the higher side, followed by visual stress. Again, visual stress, why most of these things can be correlated with our work habits and working trends. Our present work style is mostly digitalized. We all are connected with our smartphone, your laptop, your iPad, your television. Continuously we are connected with smart gadgets and the screens, which is putting in a lot of stress in our visual muscles and leading to headache, eye strain, and musculoskeletal symptoms like neck pain. So we need to be very careful that what is the visual ergonomics part we need to be aware of. If my neck and back pain problems are on rise, it's again correlated directly because of we are sitting for longer period of time, adopting awkward posture, sitting and working in informal work arrangements. So these are the ergonomic risk factors associated to the employee who is sitting and working remotely. So what do we do? How do we improve the work setup of a person? If the physical activity is also reduced because the outdoor exposure is less, even the behavioral aspect is a challenge. So how do we focus on improving these factors is from an ergonomic point of view. A decision maker, be it a EHS professional, OH expert, or anyone, has to consider these areas, that okay, how, considering these risk factors and insights, I need to plan some intervention for my people well-being, so that their overall health and well-being is taken care of. Because these are the major risk factors: working for long hours, no physical activity, working in improper work desk setup, which is forcing them to go in wrong postures. So we need to be aware that we all are already aware that ergonomic risk factors and challenges are not new, occupational injuries are not new, but the environment keeps changing. Like when we are in office, we are aware that when my employee is sitting and working in an table chair kind of arrangement, if he doesn't know how to use a chair and how to adjust his body posture with his chair and the table and the gadget in which the person is interacting, his ergonomics will be affected. So interventions are being done accordingly to educate the person on right ergonomics. Similarly, when a person is on field, on sales, so the different occupational health challenges the person face, which is in terms of their traveling, their occupational habits, in which is in traveling, working in different places, standing for long hours, adopting wrong postures. So these are the associated ergonomic challenges which this work profile has. Similarly, every work profile has some associated disorder, injuries associated. So what we need to understand is, currently the situation is my employees are working remotely. How do I ensure that they work safe and the ergonomic hazards are removed? For that, the structured approach which organizations or any employees can look into is, the first is on focus on educating and training your employees on right ergonomics. Right and timely knowledge will help them implement the learnings properly while they are working from home. In fact, while they are working from any environment, it's very important to educate and create that awareness on what is posture, what is the right posture, how you need to adopt that right posture in different work settings. If you don't have a proper work desk arrangement, what are the strategies I can learn to make my existing workspace ergonomic and comfortable for myself, so that I don't end up having neck and back pain related problems. So for this, timely knowledge by a person who understands the subject of ergonomics will definitely be of good help. So this is the first thing which is advisable on reducing the risk which employees are facing. The second aspect which employees and even organizations should consider is focus on creating ergonomic workspace at home. If from an individual or an organizational point of view, the approach varies from person to person, organization to organization, but one thing remains fixed is that considering the situation, work from home situation is going to be there for a long period of time. So to balance this out, we need to take care of our safety by investing in one space and making it ergonomic for ourselves according to our height, according to our work tool with which we are interacting, and making it more comfortable for us to sit and work for long hours, and also not to work for long hours but to ensure that we also focus on changing our behavior, which we learned in the education and training part. All these things will accordingly help. The third thing, there is one more thing which can be of great importance, is focus on accessorizing your smart gadgets. There is a trend in fact which is observed, that many of us, we interact with our smart gadgets, with laptops, rather than a desktop or a PC. We are more comfortable with mobile gadgets. So if a person has to use the mobile gadget ergonomically, and if you're using it as your primary work tool, you need to make it ergonomic for yourself to ensure your health and safety. Maybe by focusing on putting an external keyboard and mouse, if you're according to your height, if you need to fit into your existing workspace and you're not able to support your feet on the floor, a footrest is needed. And accordingly, even if you're working on an ipad or a smartphone, you need to know how to use it ergonomically, so that challenges related to excessive gadget use is less, like eye problem or neck pain problem. All these problems are less. And third is prevention and constant education and engagement with users on various areas of wellness for behavior modification as a reinforcement is very, very important at this point of time, because the only point of contact we have with our people is through we can connect with them is through engagement, constant engagement. So maybe try and find out the challenge areas first by analyzing an assessment, which can be done remotely as well, which only experts can do, and people who are trained in the subject of ergonomics, they can definitely help you balance out what are the risk factors for my employees who are working remotely. Secondly, do a corrective plan in terms of educating them on what is right and how they can mitigate the risk factors with simple, effective, low cost methods. There are a lot of things which can be done just with the knowing how to do it correctly. So knowledge plays an important part. And third is on prevention, by communicating and constant reinforcement of that behavior. Only then the wellness while working from home, who are working remotely, can be taken care of. Thank you very much. And if I can be of any help in terms of supporting you on ergonomics and employee well-being, do feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reena. It was a very interesting session.
Thank you.
So, as you rightly pointed, that we need to constantly educate our employees. We need to motivate them. We need to, keep them going, that they follow
Yeah,
this routine regularly. And then discipline is also very important, as you
true.
said. Other than this, you mentioned that we need to find out the ergonomically right furniture for our
Yeah.
workspace that we have created at our home place, right?
Yes.
So I would like to understand, like a layman, I do not understand ergonomics as you do, right? So I would like to understand, if I am going to a furniture shop, I want to buy a right table and right chair for me. What factors can I look for while deciding that this product is right for me? What are the basic factors that I can check with?
Yeah. Okay. So, quick tips which can help you be more comfortable and to select your workspaces. One is right fit. Like, for example, if you're looking out for a chair which can fit you more comfortably while working, there are three basic features one should look for. One is seat height adjustment, second
Right.
is armrest adjustment, third is your back recline. Even if the back is not reclining, but you need to ensure that the back is well supported, that
Supported.
there
Lumbar
has
is supported.
lumbar support should be there. But the challenge comes in, we check it just with by sitting on it for few minutes. Maybe if possible, try and check it for at least for 15-20 minutes, just to ensure that you're rightly that chair or that product fits you well. It is not creating any stress on your back, or any discomfort. Because the problem comes is, if you sit and use the product for more than half an hour at a stretch, then you realize, okay, now this is giving me that stress, this is not a right fit to me, this is a challenge. So accordingly, one should select. These are the basic things
Right.
one should look
Right.
for.
And this is something that people should really invest in, because this is going to
Yes.
prevent a big injury that can come your
Mm.
way if you don't
Yes.
invest into it. So get your accessories right and get your workplace right if you want to
Yes.
be fit and fine.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dr. Reena. It was a very interesting session, and I your details are shared with all our viewers. And please contact Dr. Reena for any kind of ergonomics support. She's a expert in ergonomics field. So thank you, Dr. Reena. Thank you for being on board with us. It was really informative and very interesting session that we had with you.